Now, you said the thicker the lenses, the quality of the image produced.
The thicker the lens, the more the distance.
The more the distance.
We are still coming to that later when we get to price of camera. So when we are talking of price of, we have another question.
I have a question. Talking about how to this infrared lens, if you want to know if it is working perfect, you use your phone. And you talk about covering it. How do you, okay, you cover it like this,
You cover it,
then you put your phone.
You put your phone on
Camera.
So the number of the infrared, these also are the infrared must all of them must bring out light. That light is not visible to your physical eyes, it's only visible to your phone camera.
Is it the same light that blinks at the back of remote?
Remote, yes, it's also infrared. Can I move on? Any other questions on part of the camera? No questions. So in the absence of no question, let's move to types of cameras. So under these types of camera, we discuss extensively on the types of cameras. We already said we have like 40 minutes to end this class. Can I move on? Number one type that we have based on place of installation. Let me under that, we have the indoor and we have the outdoor. We have the indoor and outdoor. So your camera can either be indoor or outdoor. When your camera, I've forgotten the IP, there is a standard format I would say. The one is lower than so is indoor. The one is higher than so is outdoor. But let me put it in a layman that everybody will understand. Cameras that can withstand rain and sun are indoor cameras. I will only use them inside a protected area. Let me give you an example. I want to fix camera inside the street now. It's indoor. I can still put an indoor camera here. Although you know this part is still like a little bit outside. But let me now say where rain will be there now. I may not be able to put a camera there. You know why? Because if I put an indoor camera there, if rain fall on that indoor, it will spoil. Water can easily penetrate inside the camera. It's not safe. And notice indoor cameras are cheaper than outdoor cameras. And most indoor cameras are made of plastic. Most indoor cameras are made of plastic. So indoor camera doesn't mean maybe it's dome or bulletproof. You are still coming to that. As long as it can withstand rain and sunlight, it's indoor camera. The next type of camera we have after indoor under base of installation, we have the outdoor cameras. Outdoor cameras are cameras that can withstand the rain, they can withstand
Sunlight.
sunlight. Yes. So you can put them like this camera is an outdoor camera. But if I put this one outside, there is no way rain can enter inside. It's an outdoor camera. Outdoor camera nowadays, some of them are made of mild steel like this one. This is made of steel. It's not a complete steel, it's a mild steel. This also an outdoor camera now. This one is already made of plastic, but it's an advanced polymer. It's not all just already plastic. Next, we now move to number 2. Under 1, we talk of 1A indoor, 1B outdoor. Number 2 now, we have camera based on design, physical design. When I talk much on design, I will need a plane. Give me a plane. Let me assume, at least everybody can see what I'm drawing here, that this is a camera. I want to do a semi-diagram, although we have what we call a video card, like a mini software that we use the camera. Let's assume that this is the camera, and this is the lens of the camera. From here backward, you know camera is not seeing anything. So we call it blind spots. That's why this is the horizon of the camera. From here to a certain part here, you know the camera can't see anything as well. If you are sitting like this, you can't see what, except you look down like this. What we call this one fixed lens. Just while I was reading one book, I came across this. And from here, from where the camera, in front of the camera here, to maximum of where your camera can view here. This place where your camera can view, this side, we call it covered spots or covered area. We call this place covered spots or covered area, possible. Blind spots, fit length, and covered spots. In a CCTV system now, where you installed multiple cameras, there is no way, even if you put 100 cameras in an environment, there will still be some places where there is no camera. We call that one lacuna. It's a Latinian word, lacuna. That is, no matter the number of cameras you fit in a place, there will still be some places where there is no camera coverage. And we call those places lacuna. Lacuna. There's no way. But one thing we normally avoid is that you make sure that your lacuna is where there is no much activities. The lacuna is where there is no much activities. Are you with me now? This one will now lead us to the major reason why I did this illustration is that we will be needing it in physical design now. Under that, we have camera 2A now. We have cameras that we call bullet cameras. These ones are bullet cameras. They are bullet cameras. You know, by design, by look, you see that they look like what? A bullet. Abi? Don't you?
They look like a gun.
They look like a bullet, not gun. Look like a bullet. Show like this is like bullet cameras. These bullet cameras now, we use them for place of wide perimeter. Let me first start from the point of application. Where do we use this type of camera? We use them where we have what? Wide perimeter. Places that are long. Give me an example of a place of wide.
Supermarket.
Like
hallway.
Like walkway, like driveway on your expressway. You see cameras like this. They have an advantage that they have. Let me now move up. We have talked about the application now. That they use in what? In long perimeter. Let me now move to the next one. What's the advantage of this camera?
You can see long distance.
It have what we call, it have wider coverage. It can see long distance. So if I tie this camera here, from here I can still see where that eatery is. I don't want to be giving them that from here down there. Although we still get to a point where you will notice that there is a limit where your camera can see clearly. As I'm staying here now, I can see the plate number of that car clearly. But the car that is parked at the other side of the road, I can't see that. Although I can know that this is a Toyota car, it's red color, but I can't see the plate number. We are still coming back to that later. But at least it can see far distance. That's the major advantage. What is now the disadvantage of this camera now? Number 3 or 1A3. The major disadvantage, if I fix this camera here now, everything that is happening under its feet length, it can't see it. There is nothing that have advantage and doesn't have disadvantage. You know, there was a day we were in as a church one day, and someone was saying that the only thing that has an advantage that doesn't have disadvantage is serving God. One guy just said something. Serving God has its own disadvantage. The man was like, he's a Bible study. The man said, let's hear his own opinion. He said, I will not be able to do what I want to do now. And I wake up and feel like, I want to go and move very Shomole. I want to go and, you know, now. I was like, but I'm a Christian. You are still one being. Sometimes you just this babe makes sense. So just say, God forgive me, God forgive me. But if you are, so there's nothing that has advantage and doesn't have its own disadvantage. So the major disadvantage of this camera is that it has what? A wider fit length, meaning that you can't see what's happening underneath the camera. So if I fix this camera here now, you might not even see what's happening here. But from the terminal point of your fit length upward, you should see. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
That's why there are some installation when we get to some place. and you see them as the receptionists. They are the receptionist, but they are putting this type of camera. You know that that person is not. He's just using brain to install CCTV. It's not an installer. Just using idea. You know they say idea rule the world. If it's a right idea, can I move on? The next type of camera that we have, which is number 2B, is this type. We have the dome camera, DOME. We have the dome camera, this type, dome camera. Pause the video. I want to see.
Wait now.
This talking about this feet length of this bullet camera. As an installer now, does it really have like a specific range of length? You
Like
just
the-
assume that.
No,
maybe
when you saw the
20
camera finish, when you finish the installation of the camera, you see yourself. From here up to here, it's not same. Although there is a there is a design behind it, we call it video card. That the moment you know the mm of this camera, the millimeter of this camera, you can use it, and the length of the camera, you can use it to calculate the fitness. But here we want to know how to do it, or you want us to be doing mathematics?
No.
Why you dey run for mathematics now?
Because of reference
Yeah.
purpose.
So when you install, you will see it yourself. Now we have now moved to the next camera, which is dome. You know, you can see by design, it looks like the top of the Orthodox Church and mosque, the dome. Let me start from the same point that I started with. Bullets. From the point of application. We use this camera in what we call small perimeters. From the application, we use it where we have small perimeters. The bullet camera, we use it in what? Wide perimeters. But this one, we use it in where?
Short spirit.
Who can give me an example? Like cashing point in the bank, where you meet the cashier. Each of the cashier should have this. But you have to go to a community bank. Even in community bank nowadays, we have each cashier has a camera monitoring. Supermarket also. Cashing point in supermarket. Even checking point at supermarket. You know when you want to leave, the security officer will be checking your receipts with what is inside it. You also have this type of camera. That's the application. Let's now move to the advantage of dome camera. What are the advantage of dome camera? We're having 19 minutes to get ready. I told you this card is 1 hour 30 minutes. The advantage is that you can reduce or eliminate fitness. Let me hey! When I was going to fix this camera here, you know this is the lens. I can adjust it during installation in such a way that I can eliminate fitness, that you can start seeing from what's on ground here. You can reduce to the barest minimum or even eliminate fitness on dome camera. But there is no way you want to adjust this camera. There is no way that we should be seeing the camera. Don't worry, this camera is different. So even if you see the ground like this, it will only be seeing their head. It's not like this one that will cover. I don't want to be doing video card here, so you guys say you don't want to come. I will have given you an assignment. So because of March, you went to the course that you did in the university. Can I move on? The major advantage is that any place that is small, like I have a supermarket, I want to be doing how my boys are counting money, how they use this type of camera. But we have cabinet, you know supermarkets have long cabinets. When you use one here, you use this other one to back it up. So those that are moving at far distance, this one will capture it. Those that are closer, this one will. Then we'll put it there like that. So we always use all of them hand together. So what is now the disadvantage of this camera, this dome camera? The major disadvantage is that you can't fix it far distance. So when you go to a place now, they have a car park. They are now seeing dome camera again. Even if it's out there, you know that It's an amateur project. Are you getting what I'm saying? Because the very reason why I'm explaining this deeply, there are some times I'll say, why do you write 4 dome, 6 bullets? Why don't everything be bullets? Or why don't you have everything and so put all this information together? This is the reason why you are using this is the reason why we are using that. So that's we also have a various length. We have 3.6 mm, 2.5 mm, 6 mm. The top type that we now is this type. C under the shape. That's how we are talking of camera based on shape. Yes. First one we talk about bullet. Second one we talk about dome. And thirdly we are now talking about what? We call them irregular shape camera. Irregular shape camera. Some might be like this. These don't look like a air freshener. There are some. We now have some nowadays that look like a can bottle. That's not even when I make a Coca-Cola on this. That you think is a can code that you hang the camera that is it's an idiot. There was one I brought one time ago. One of the camera was serving at the hotel. I said, it gave me. So this thing a camera, I don't know. But that one is it's also like an air freshener. But like they put an air freshener in it. So you see it doing dispersing here. But at the same time there's a camera inside. There are some that are like wristwatch. They are not wristwatch. There are some that are walk clock. There is a walk clock. On the top of that walk clock, either 12. No 12 is always higher than the hand of God. Or below 6. There is a camera there that is also watching.
Oh, wow.
What do you guys get what I'm saying now?
Yes, sir.
So those are regular cameras. The major purpose of that one is you use it for hidden purpose. Where you don't want people to know that there is a camera. There was an hospital like that we installed them. All the cameras were installed inside the hospital were hidden cameras. So those times were like, why are you guys installing? They are installing your first so that offensive model will not come out. Although later the doctor went ahead and told them, these are cameras. You do anyhow I see you. But initially we want to see those, and we use hidden cameras where you want to actually know those that are taking that. Sometimes there are some installations that the client will tell me, I know I want it, I don't want them. I say, sir, with the nature of business you're doing, let's put cameras there. Let the staff see that there is a camera, there is a big brother watching them. You get what I'm saying? So, because there's one thing about we human beings, that somebody said, if we are actually seeing angels that are following us, that are recording your good and bad, nobody will do it.
Some people will still do it.
You are seeing the repercussion of what you are doing.
The Lord will do it.
So same thing with camera design. There are some people that you tell them that see probably places where the client is not that available. Let them know that there is a camera watching, and at a point, if they have a remote view, be checking them at a point. Maybe once or twice they log in and say, why are you sitting down? You should be standing up and say, I'm seeing you. You will have this that fear at the back of your head. This man is really following. Hope you get what I'm saying.
Yes, sir.
So that's about hidden camera. Let me now move to 2 now. We have talked about 3. 1 is what? Based on place of installation. Where you have indoor, outdoor. 2 is what? Based on shape. Where we have dome, bullets, and hidden cameras or irregular shape cameras. We are now moving to number 3 now. Based on distance covered. Probably that's where we will stop. We have 13 minutes to the end of this class.
Camera, no. You brought us one camera like that. Security light camera.
Okay, those ones. We are still coming to stand in camera later across the everything they inside. We are still coming back to that. Can I move? Based on distance cover. Under that, we have like 4 types. What's the number 4 now? When we are talking of camera based on distance cover, let me now explain something. There is no camera that doesn't have its optimum distance. Let me put it this way. Let me use the same analogy I used to film this before I come to film. The camera is black, I can see the plate. I can see that it's a Toyota Corolla. Maybe it's an Audi. If long distance, one Amera is by there, I can see that that car is brown, long distance America, but I can't see the plate number again because of the limitation of sight. That might be a car that is far, down. I will notice that there is a car parked there, but I can't actually tell you the make of the car, the model of the car again, but I know there is a car parked there. The longer the distance from your camera, the lower the visual optimization. The more the distance of an image from your camera, the lower what we call visual optimization. Visual optimization means from seeing it, I can actually say everything I saw. Hope you get what I'm saying now. As the car is coming, I say this is the plate number, this is the type, this is the color. But eventually they now, unfortunately, God doesn't have, please, God should not allow bad things to happen. But there's no way bad things will not happen sometimes. They now stole the car. And police now came and now say, let's watch your CCTv. And as they are watching, they are writing the report. The guy is what? Brown color, Toyota Corolla, year 2010. Even before the owner bring in documents, plate number, so. Because it's closer. Hope you get what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
The main reason I'm saying this is that when you are installing, especially in a public environment, let me say an hospital, at the point of entrance to the hospital, there should be a camera. Every car that is coming in, every faces that is coming in is being recorded. Every point, if let me say in a school now and it has 2 gates, maybe the main gate where car can come in and the pedestrian gate where people can walk in and another gate behind. As a CCTV installer, you should have a camera monitoring all those points. So peradventure if there is a fire outbreak and they say 20 people have come in the morning, 10 people have gone out, how many people should be left in the building?
10.
10 extra 10. From that 10, if you check the video input and output, this one is not there, this one is there, we can limit the number of people we are now searching for. How many of the 10 that are left inside are now alive? How many are dead? Hope you get what I'm saying now.
Yes, sir.
Because by the moment you start installing CCTV in the perimeter, they have started handing over the security of that environment to the device. So most times what I usually tell guys that are learning from me is that as an installer that it's better you give them the best. You do not be left to the client to now say 16 camera, I can't afford that one now, let's use 8. It will be back of the discussion in case something happen and say maybe the security officer, civil defense or police or any of them that come and but there should be a camera here. Say, sir, maybe I told you all the organization that during the course of installation or during the course of the project, starting the project or I told that we should put a camera here. You are the one that said we should not put one here. It's not that you now be the man will now say but you call yourself and CCTV. So say you yourself don't know that there should be a camera here. There should be a camera here now, so that you will not look foolish. I'll still come back to that place where we fix each of the cameras. Can I move on? Under that, we have what we call short distance cameras. That's 4A, short distance camera. In one of the book I read, he said, before I move to that, let me put another analogy now. I said something when we are disassembling that camera. I said something that the thickness of the lens of the camera will determine what the distance, the physical distance that the camera will cover. So if this camera is 3.6 mm. This one is also 3.6. While this one is 12 to 6, 2.8. This one is from 2.8 to 12 mm. If I put it as 12 mm, what this one will see at far distance, probably this one will not see it again. Hope you get what I'm saying. Yes, sir. Although maybe for those that are on the WhatsApp, I'll put an image. I'll send a video on the WhatsApp. You will see how to use that distance to calculate. Because you guys say you don't want to do mathematics. So if one of you should just remind me, I'll look for that image and paste it there. Let me now move on. We have what we call short range cameras. Camera from 0 to 3.6 millimeters. From 0 to 3.6 millimeters. The thickness of the lens from 0 to 3.6. I read it that they said they are categorized as short range cameras. So whether it's 3.6 3.6, whether it's 2.5, whether it's 2 mm, up to 0, back to 0. They are short range cameras. And then one of my boss taught me, they call it 1/3 to 2/3. You have 16 minutes to do any of this stuff. 1/3 to 3/3. If you are still an amateur installer, measure the distance. Let me assume for easy mathematics, let me assume from here to that place is 6 meters. He gave me that rule and I saw it was working there before I can now use my instinct to calculate. What is 1/3 of 6 meters? 2 meters. What is 2/3 of 6 meters? 4. 2/3 multiplied by 6. 4. He said I can use between 2 to 4 mm in that environment and it worked perfectly. And I used it and I said it's working. That's why I'm telling you now. Hope you guys get what I'm saying. That if I use it to work well and I tried it and I tried it to work because the relative your size of your lens in millimeter is also the same cover, is the relative distance you cover in what in years. He taught me that one. That's what he has done over time and it's working for him. But you get to a stage where the moment you look at the distance, you use 6 mm, you use 3.6 here, you use 2 mm. At that level, maybe you have been an installer for 5 years, you have installed over like 40 CCTv. You will be sure that this one is true, this one, and it's well perfectly. But as a starter, you can do that and it will still work for you. So for short range camera, it's from 0 to 3.6. Then the next one we have the medium range camera. Medium range cameras. Medium range cameras go from 3.6 to 6 mm. Yeah. Medium range camera. From 3.6 to 6 mm. The lens thickness of the lens.